And we are live with another edition of Let's Talk Broncos with your host, Kurt Valenti. Good evening, Mr. Valenti.
How are you, Mrs. Valenti?
I'm well, but you know what? Not as well as you are.
No way. No way. It's been a long, long time. And finally, we got one. Finally, we got one. All that talk is over. We got one. It's official. No more bickering. No more arguing with family. And when I mean family, Bronco family, no more arguing about who we should draft, who we should trade for, who should we bench, That's all done. It's all done. It's all over. And we have one thing, and we all got to get behind this kid. We have our franchise quarterback. He is the starter. Thank you, Sean Payton. Let's go.
Well, we got Roy checking in
What's
already,
up,
saying
Roy?
good evening to the Valentis. Hi, Roy. Thanks for checking in. David Burns saying he's watching from Cedar Hill, Texas.
What's
Love
up,
it.
Dave? What's
Love
up,
it.
Dave?
Broncos fans, Broncos fans everywhere. I love how, you know what? You know what, Kurt? It's so funny. I'm just gonna. I know this is completely off script, but you
It's
and
okay.
I
We're off all script all night. We don't even have an agenda tonight.
you and I are often talking about I'm going to mention the Denver Bronco roundup, right? Your Denver Bronco counterparts. I'm going to say I say out west, but you know what? They're from everywhere too. We've got Albert and Keith and Jody and Trevor, and they do a phenomenal job breaking down the Broncos in their show, Denver Bronco Roundup. And it's funny because we were saying like where everyone is from, right? And so it's good to know, David. Thanks for saying that you're from Cedar Hill, Texas. If you want to drop where you're watching from, I think that'd be kind of cool tonight, so we can kind of see. You really do span the country a little bit, which is awesome. So Broncos fans everywhere and uniting behind Bo Nix because it's Bo time.
It is, Jen. It's bow time, and it's been a long time. We sit here and we sit there, but actually, I'll let you while I'm finished tagging. I want you to get into like all the stuff on our channel, and then we'll get to
All
action.
right, we'll come back. We got Roy saying, as your most valuable recliner coach, I can tell you how Bo will do. Bo will be like the stock market graph, ups and downs, but overall will be in the green. I
You know
love
what?
it. Great comparison.
I'm gonna get to that, and
Yep.
that's gonna happen. The Duke made a comment today. Duke was golfing, right? And we say, who's the Duke? The Duke. There's only one Duke. That's John Elway, and he was just saying, hey, he's excited. That Bo has all the talent in the world, but he said, hey, he's gonna have some ups and downs. He's gonna look like not the best quarterback at some spurts. And he said, listen, it happened to me. It happened to Peyton Manning. It's gonna happen. So people can't be, oh my God. Listen, he's good. Every quarterback
Learning
doesn't look
curve.
great. It's gonna
Learning
happen.
curve.
So
Yeah.
let's go. Let's take the pot. Let's take what he does good and let's get behind this kid because this kid's special. He's very special.
All right, let's go through our programming. As you mentioned, we like to do it at the top of your show each week. You come off of double duty on Wednesday evenings. You do your K&K Sports Show with Kenny and Paul on Wednesdays. Then, of course, you have your Let's Talk Broncos, followed up by that. Kurt, you have to help me because the programming changes, but Kenny and Paul do their Giant show or their New York show on Mondays. Scoops has been a little
Sunday night.
okay, is Monday night also? Because
Sunday,
I know.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday night. And we got Pearl checking in. Hi, Pearl. Thanks
What's
for
up, Pearl?
watching. And if I'm not mistaken, Wits and Wagers is back.
Listen, wages will be back. Joey Clams and Carson head that one up.
Nice.
Um, so listen, we got and hey, and the high school stuff's back Tuesday night.
Well,
Jen?
I was getting back to that. We Kurt and I, some of you may or may not know, do a high school sports show called All In on High School Sports on Tuesday evenings. Obviously, we've been on hiatus this summer, but we'll be starting that back up this coming Tuesday, so a week from yesterday. And we're actually adding a program following our normal Tuesday show where we focus on one of the conferences here in North Jersey, specifically the North Jersey Interscholastic Conference, NJIC. We're really excited to get that going because it's a lot of good teams, that maybe sometimes don't get the press that they deserve because we're dominated by some, very good, state ranked teams, but we have a lot of good football talent in this area, and it's nice to give them.
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't have to be this area. I mean, we're talking about David saying Cedar Hills, Texas. We know we have our Colorado guys. We have Montana. Hey, anybody wants to recognize and say, hey, check this high school kid out. We'll bring it. Listen, we'll bring them on. We've done
That's what
other
we're all
states.
about.
So
Yeah.
that's what we want to do. So, just a heads up.
We've
Just a
done
heads
we've
up.
done Florida, we've done Colorado, we've done New York, we've done
Florida.
I said
Oh,
Florida, New
Florida.
York, Colorado.
Idaho. Was it? Where was that?
I was gonna say I feel like I'm missing like a Midwestern state there that I know that we did. Um, all right, but we got some
Well, let's
comments.
go. We got some new. Oh,
Let's
first off,
let's get to some comments here. So we got
oh,
Jody. Oh,
wait,
we got
Jen,
Rep
look,
in the
it's
Bo Nix
official.
jersey.
I wanted to wait till tonight. Thank you again, Jen. This was a gift for you. But let's go. The jersey's on. And yesterday, 2 days ago, I actually had so much confidence. I ordered our nephew wanted the white, and I got the orange. So let's go. I am all in. Get to these comments. Opening agenda tonight. We know what we're going to talk about, but we want to hear it. Let's go.
Jody saying Bo Nix will have a CJ Stroud type rookie year. Let's go, baby. We are back.
We're back. We are back. I don't want to say it like that. Sounds like Van Joseph. But we are back, and we are back. We're going to be back with a vengeance. We got a guy now that has it. And we've talked about this for months, that you have to have it. And this kid has it. We sat on that couch watching the game the other day versus Green Bay. And I just looked at you and I just said, does he have it? And you were like, yeah. Like, you could just tell. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about stats. You could just tell that he's got it. And that's what you need, man. You need this like now. And hey, we have work to do. We have a lot of work to do. And there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. But I'm telling you right now, we are all in with this kid. We are all in with this coach. And, we sat here and we were pro Russ and anti Sean. And you look back at the picture, and this is right now. This is right. You know what? Sean Payton was right. Sometimes you got to admit to a mistake. And I wasn't wrong. A lot of people were wrong. But you know what? You're putting this Super Bowl Hall of Fame head coach now with a handpicked guy that he wanted. He wanted this guy, and this guy is perfect for him. And now I'm going to go into Kansas City. I'm going to go into LA. I'm going to go into Vegas. I'm going to go into Baltimore. And I'm going to say, I got him and I got him. And you know what? Let's go.
All right, we got David saying this year isn't going to be perfect, but there
Nope.
should be some light at the end of the tunnel. Let's be patient and see what Bo Nix can accomplish. I personally think he is a leader of men already, and we should be looking forward to him being a very good professional quarterback for the Broncos.
David,
That's
100.
David. Yep.
David, 100%. And he made a great thing about being the leader, right? Just about being that leader. Like, that is so hard for a young kid to be like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to command a huddle of veterans who are making millions and millions of dollars, right? But you know what? He did it, right? He did it. Like, he's doing it. And I think that's where it is the older, right? The 61 games. Like, I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy into Seattle. That's one of the hardest places to play. But you know what? Hey, let's go. He could do this. There's no reason he can do this. Let's go.
I think it's more than the 61 games. I mean, obviously I know that is helpful, but like you said, if you have it, you have it. And you could be someone who's played 61 games and not play the way he's been playing already as he makes this jump. We got some excited Broncos fans, Kurt. We got Michael saying Bo Nix is the starter of the Denver Broncos.
Let's go. Let's
and
go.
He says in bed with Bo and Sean.
That's it. That's it. In bed with, you know what, Jen? Throw it right up. Throw picture number 1 up. Throw it up.
The first one?
No, the second one. Throw the one the Wow would pick up. Let's go. Let's get that.
Okay,
No,
well, we
I'm
got
not
It's
that.
Bow Time, which
It's
we
bow
showed
time.
before. Well, I want to hold off because I
Okay,
want
hold off. Okay, hold off.
let me
That's
just get
fine.
these comments in, and then we'll do it because I want to. There's a lot of comments here, and
Okay,
I don't
let's
want
get
to
it. Let's
get.
get them going.
Yeah, I have a feeling that picture is going to get some more comments.
Good.
So, Roy saying, I hope we don't have an injury on the O line. If we do, oh boy, because the depth stinks. How can we figure it out for Nick's?
Yeah,
Going to be a concern always, right?
yep, always a concern. And you know, listen, we'll say this again. A rookie quarterback's best friend, right? A running game and a defense. And he's right. We got to be able to protect this kid. And we got to be able to run the ball. So the O line, hopefully, the injuries stay away. But he's right. The depth. That's something we got to work on
Yeah,
starting now for the next couple years.
especially with the young quarterback. Peter Johnson checking in saying a
What's
lot of
up,
people
Peter?
still tried to find ways to bury Bo by saying, quote unquote, he played against backups, etc. But the fact is, starting caliber quarterback did exactly what he was supposed to do to veteran backups, which is shred them.
Right.
Let's go, Bo.
And Peter, thank you for joining us. And this is where I'm all in on Peter with tonight with his comment, right? You know, you still get, oh my God, they play. But I watched the Bears. Look at Caleb Williams. Oh my God, look, he's Mahomes. But they didn't play back. Those guys didn't play backups. The other teams, everybody's playing backups. But it's okay for that. See, that's where we're going to start with the nitpicking and this and this. Listen, I don't care who he played against. It doesn't matter. You see it, right? You just see that he has it. It doesn't matter who that throw he makes to Mims against Indianapolis. It doesn't matter who's covering Mims on that. That ball is perfectly thrown, right? That ball's on a rope. Those plays that he's making, right? It's oh my God, he's playing I mean, everybody is. So did Jalen Daniels, right? So did Caleb Williams. But it's like, oh my God, Caleb Williams is just listen. Caleb Williams has it. You know what it showed? Caleb Williams has it. Bo Nix has it. Some players don't. And we have the guy now that has it.
Or we got Kenny checking in saying
What's up,
hello,
Kenny?
Carson waving and also saying it's Bow time. Let me get to a few more things.
Who said
No
it's
need to
time? I'm sorry, Jen.
Carson.
What's up, Carson? Yeah, Carson was a little fired up tonight. Jen, where, I just want you, I know it's a Bronco show, but where Carson might be rocking a Brunson jersey soon. I'm just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out. He's becoming a Nick fan. Trying. We're getting him.
I'd like to hear that from Carson himself before I
He's
believe
getting
your
there.
hype.
He's
I'd
getting there.
like to hear
We
that out of
got another
Carson's
one in
mouth.
our crew. Let's go. But no, what's up, Carson?
Whatchamacallit, we have I think I said Kenny was checking in. I just wanted to get a few more of these comments in because people are excited. I don't
Let's
want to
go.
miss anything. I'm trying
Jen,
to
it's been
oh,
so long, Jen.
I know,
And
I
this is,
know.
what this show's about tonight? I'm going to be honest. You know what this show's about? And we sat here as Bronco fans and listen, you and I do it as husband and wife, but what do they always say? Families do what sometimes? What do families do?
Fight.
Fight, right? Listen, we fight all the time, but when we talk about families, they fight. And you know what? Especially on like this show and Denver Bronco round, you know what? The Bronco family, Trevor and Albert and Keith and Joe, we were all fighting, right? We were all because why? We're frustrated. We dealt with garbage. We dealt with, who are we going to draft? Who can we trade for? Should we get Sam Darnold, Jacoby Brissett? Let's bring Teddy Bridgewater. Let's get a bridge. That's over. We don't have to say that for years. You know, when you go and say, I got to put a new roof on. All right, you don't have to worry about that for 20 years. Let's put an air conditioner. You don't have to worry about that for 20 years. Let's buy a new car. You don't have to worry about that. It's over. No more fighting. Now we're all together. We're all back. We're all hugging out like Bailey the wrestler. We're all hugging it. We're hugging everybody now. I'm hugging. I'm going to go to work tomorrow and just start hugging people. Why are you hugging? Because we got Bo Nix now. It's any Bronco fan you see, hug them because you don't have to argue. It's not that we argue because we don't like each other. We love each other, but we're all frustrated. And when you're frustrated, you fight and you got to find an answer. But you know
That
what?
should,
The answer is here.
well, that should be the tagline under "It's Bow Time." Hug a Broncos fan.
That's it. Hug a Broncos fan. Hug them. Hug them. Why? Look, I miss hugs Bailey. Joe. That's it. You gotta start hugging people because there's no more. We're not dividing each other. We're together now. You know, we would go in and say, "I want Drew Lock. I want Teddy Bridgewater. I want to draft this guy. Go get Sam." Now, everybody's now is one. We go and say, "Hey, you SOB, Mr. Mahomes. Here we are. Here we come because we got our guy now. We have our guy who has it. No questions about it. He has it. And you know what? Let's start now. This is the key. Starting now. What's today? The 21st of August, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Starting now, not 3 years. Now we start building a championship team around this kid. He's going to have ups and downs. Every quarterback does. But we start now building a championship team with this kid. There's no 4 years down the line. No. That's not how Sean Payton thinks. That's not how a Bronco organization thinks. We compete right now. And we use all our resources, trades, free agent pickups, waiver wires, draft picks. We have to move draft picks for legit start. Whatever it is, it starts August 21st, 2024 is when we know right now that we want to become a Super Bowl champion. And that's where we start doing it right now.
I want to throw up Jody's comment here because I want to see if you'll answer the same way that when I mentioned Russ, right? He's saying he's still a Russ fan, but he looked bad in Pittsburgh last week. Jody, I agree. Like I want to see him succeed, but what do you say whenever I bring up Russ, Kurt?
Russ who?
Yeah, I
Who?
know.
Who? We, you know, Russ is coming.
Uh,
Actually, I talked with Jody. Someone's got to get me a Denver Post tomorrow. I need a Denver Post tomorrow because Russ has to come off the sports room one. I have to get it where it's like it because you know the Denver Post tomorrow is going to say it's bow time. So I don't care how much it costs me. I will pay whatever it is to ship it here. But I need that Denver Post tomorrow because I know it's going to say it's bow time, and I want that right on that wall for opening day. So I got to get it.
All right, let me throw up this picture, okay? And you know, you're all fired up, and I just want to explain that we were at the beach and that's my phone actually that
Mhm.
picture is on. You asked to borrow my phone and took a selfie with your phone of yourself holding Bo. So my question to the audience is, as your wife, do I need to be concerned of your love for Bo?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I am in love with Bo. That is my who did I JJ McCarthy was JJ McCarthy was the man crush, but this is him. This is him. And there's the picture. There is that picture. Unbelievable. Look at the picture. I mean, just, that's a match made. That's a match made right there. You know, and you know what? That match was it made draft night, Jen. That match was
No.
made 4 years ago, 5 years
Yeah.
ago when he was in Auburn and he beat Oregon, right?
He was
And
on the Gus bus.
he was on the Gus bus. So let's
Yep.
go. That is my pick. That is the picture. And you know what I want people to do tonight, Jen? I'm going to tell
Wait,
you what I want.
Eddie Murphy's reminding you that Russ was your man crush as well.
No, you know what? I'm going to get into in the 10:30 half hour. I'm going to get back into what do we call it when we do the love talk on the show? Where do we talk about that? I got a little segment. I want to do a comparison. So Eddie, stick around. Stick around. But I want to get into one more thing. I forgot I forgot what I was talking about with that picture. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway,
You were talking about, I don't know if this will jog your memory, but about how it hasn't been since now. It's been since he was Keith Rugman said, "Let's ride?" Question mark.
what does
Yeah.
that mean? What does that mean?
Who's that? Who's that?
Who's that?
But you were talking about how I guess you've loved Bo since his Auburn
I
days.
did. And you know what? You listen, you're my witness. So if
Yeah.
somebody like Eddie Murphy is going to try to throw me under the bus and say this isn't going to be this is going to be, am I right or am I wrong, Jen? You
No,
knew.
and you know what? And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Kurt. When Gus Malzahn left Auburn, Bo stayed for a year before he transferred to Oregon. Is that right?
Yes, he did. He
Like,
stayed
uh,
with Brian Harson, who was
like he
terrible.
gave. What are you taking a picture of now?
I'm going to take a picture to do something, but don't worry. Continue
Oh,
to talk to me.
oh my goodness. But
Go ahead.
just a different. Always kind of been a different kind of kid, you know. Yeah, and we always said like him transferring to Oregon was really the best decision he probably ever made in his life. You know,
Yeah, listen,
became a
hey,
Heisman candidate. You know, if Gus had stayed at Auburn, you know, he might have maybe had that same trajectory. But you know what? Yeah,
and you
got
know
the
what?
COVID year and was able to go to Oregon. Yeah.
Jen, it hurt because, like, listen, he was my guy, right? I mean, he was my guy. I mean, I loved Bo Nix with Auburn, and you know what? I'm gonna say this: Gus Malzahn always said, always said, he would interview him, talk about Bo, yeah, Bo Nix, he's gonna win a championship here at Auburn. He'll win a
Yeah,
championship here.
yeah,
He
yep,
always said that.
he did.
And
Yep.
you know what? I don't remember who it was, but there was another, I think he was an ex-player. And he always said that Bo Nix will be the first pick of an NFL draft one year. Now, it didn't work out like that, but could he be the best quarterback to come out of a draft? That's what it's going to come down to, because I'm just going to say, we'll say, and I know Jody asked to comment to you, Jen, and you have to answer that comment about it. What is it? Because we talk about this all the time. He has it. And you could just see it. And you're just like, wow. Like,
You know
wow.
what it was for me? Was just there was just a quiet confidence about running the offense. It looked like it's supposed to look, and I feel like I have not seen that since I've been watching the Broncos with you. In all honesty, I really haven't. There
Yeah.
was a definitive difference in how it looked, how it ran, and that is because of him, because he was at the helm. You know, the decisions, just again, it was just like this confidence in there, but not just confidence in himself. He is already making the other players better.
Oh, absolutely, Jen. And you know what? That's why when people go and say, this is where when people, oh my God, the Broncos roster's no good. It's no good. Again, I've always looked at this. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs roster. It's not top-notch talent. It's not. I'm sorry. You know why it's top-notch talent? You know why people think it is? Because of Patrick Mahomes. You know why Aaron Rodgers, when they go and say the Green Bay Packers all those years, when they wouldn't draft him a receiver and they said, wow, he made Devontae Adams. He made Lazard. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers did that. That's what those people do. When people always turned around and they said, Wes Welker and, Edelman, you don't think Brady did that? Peyton Manning with, I'm not going to say Marvin Harrison, but I can't even think of the guys, like the little slot receivers and stuff like that. Like, they make those guys, so listen, Cortland Sutton's better than any receiver on Kansas City. It's just he's had garbage quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to be like, oh, whoa, Cortland Sutton's that Cortland. Yeah. Yeah, that makes it different. The guy I feel bad for, Jen, you mentioned the other day, was Jerry Jeudy. Because if you had
Yeah.
put Jerry Jeudy with this guy, I mean, but that's what it is. Like, Kansas City's roster is not good. It's not.
Bo Nix completed a pass to Sutton in the end zone, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when it dawned on me, like, wow, he's really like making these guys shine. And then I thought Jerry Jeudy never had a chance to
No,
do that,
never,
so it would have been interesting to see him with Jerry Jeudy for sure.
never. It's sad because, but you know what? Again, we can't. Hey, you can't. What is it? Cry over spilt milk. It's done. That's done with. And you know what? Hey, we got enough talent around this kid. Do we need more? Yeah, but when people are like, "Oh my God, Kansas City's," no, Kansas City's doing that because of Mahomes and Reed. That's why they're doing that. They're not doing it because they have this unbelievable. Now, when you look at Dallas and you look and say CeeDee Lamb, Cooks, right? Zeke in the past, and they had all those guys. Yeah, you have a tremendous amount of talent. You got just brought back by the quarterback, but this is the opposite. This kid's going to bring the best out of that.
Keith's calling you out here a little bit. I'm going to get this one up here. He's saying, "Do you remember when you said these were your only three options? Russ, JJ McCarthy, or Tom Brady?"
Yeah, listen, I would still take Tom. I mean, listen, mate. Again, I'm taking trust me, I'm taking Tom Brady. I wouldn't do Brady right now because I like our situation, but I'm doing Brady over half the league. I mean, I'm just more than half, 75% of the league. I'm sorry, still doing it right out of the booth. He doesn't have to throw a ball, just come in and play because there's not many good quarterbacks in the NFL. There's not. I mean, people can debate it all they want. It just they're not. They're not good. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Dak Prescott's not a good quarterback. I don't look at stats. Kirk Cousins is not a good quarterback. I don't look at stats. I look at wins. I look at winning in big games. I don't care who threw for 400 and 500 yards. That means absolutely nothing. Nothing. I don't want Bo Nix to throw 400 yards. You don't want Bo. I want to run the ball and play defense and then tell Bo, hey, make some plays. Be accurate. Make some plays when the game matters. That's how you win. That's how you win. Doesn't matter with 500-600 yards. Tua's going to have all these yards. Tua's not winning a playoff game. I mean, let's be realistic. Come on. What's Tua going to? You ain't going to win with Tua. You're not going to win with him. Let's be real.
I got to answer this question from Keith because I mentioned that I haven't seen a good offense since I've been watching with you. So he says, "When did I start watching the Broncos with you?" Well, right after they won the Super Bowl.
Yep. You were the start of the
downward spiral. Yep.
Trevor Siemian was your first quarterback. Oh my God. Oh my God. Trevor Siemian. Oh God.
Yeah, and Michael Crabtree, it was not
again, Jen. Never again. But I do want to show something.
I think the pass I'm talking about when I said that Sutton had scored, he's saying Tim Patrick caught that touchdown pass. I think the one I'm thinking of maybe was just a regular completion, quite honestly.
Yeah, I want to show something real quick. And I it's not a good picture, but I did take it on the spot. Nope, I don't know where it is. You got to give me a little time. So go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry. You can
while you're doing that, let me get to
well, actually, I got it, Jen. Let me just do it real quick. So I do want to bring something up real quick. On the wall, if you could see it.
Yep.
That is Bo Nix, burn, Bama, burn. Tigers rolling Iron Bowl shootout. That is Bo Nix, hand up, running in a touchdown. Bo Nix beating Auburn at Auburn on the wall. So that was my guy.
It was like it's meant to be. You've been pining for him since then. Kenny's got a question for you. Kurt, who needs to be Bo Nix's go-to guy for him to be successful this year?
Wow. That's a great question. I don't know if we need a go-to guy. I really don't, because I look back with the New Orleans Saints, right? Did they ever truly have a go-to guy, right? You could say it was Michael Thomas, but they had Cooks, right? They had so many different guys, the Kamaras, the Ingrams. They had so many different guys there, and Breeze was just like, you know what it is? Breeze never had to force it, because you know why? He was so smart. You want to double cover him? I'm going here. You want to go there? I'm going to go there. Breeze was so smart. And I think that's what Bo Nix is going to do. It's not like I have to feed Cortland Sutton. I have to feed Dulcich. I have to get it to Patrick. I think Bo Nix is just so smart that, he's going to do and that's why working with Sean Payton, right? Like, That's the difference. Like Sean, now with Sean's offense and Sean's game, it's just Sean's going to make it easier for him. Right. And he's going to understand and teach him, hey, it's progressions 1, 2, 3. If they do this, go here. If they do it, and he's going to get it and do it. That's the difference about having a quarterback that can understand, that could read a defense, that understands the concepts. Like, it's so different when you have a guy like that. Now, you could have a guy, because I heard this the other day, Trevor Siemian could understand that. The problem is Trevor Siemian can't throw it 12 yards. That's, he's checking down. We have a guy that can go home run if we have to go in. So let's go.
All right, we got a few more people checking in. So I want to say hello to Wayne and thank you
What's up,
for
Wayne?
watching. And Trevor is checking in too. And to answer Kenny's question, Michael saying he thinks it's Cortland Sutton. Kenny saying he thinks it's going to be a starting tight end, which brings me to Keith's comment, which was about the tight end play. And he's saying, how big is the increase in tight end production with Nix over Russ?
Huge. Again, you have to, and I'm going to say this again. I always liked Russell Wilson. I really did. I liked Russell Wilson. But with Russell Wilson, you have to really play a certain way, right? You have to play okay, I'm going to scramble. Remember, Jen, we were talking off air and I was telling you about how Mark Schlereth was saying about Garrett Bowles and how many sacks the Broncos had. And, he's saying it's frustrating because, like, if I'm Garrett Bowles and I'm, it's an outside rush and I'm, I'm blocking him outside, right? I'm running him up let him, hey, he's in the D gap, let him run up the D gap. But now my quarterback's running to the D gap. That's not on Garrett Bowles. So, you have to fully commit. And hey, if Sean doesn't want to fully commit, but again, I've always said this. If Sean wasn't going to fully commit to Russ, I wanted his guy with no BS, no bridge, no garbage backup quarterbacks. Go get your guy, put your Bronco career on the line, and from day one, play him. Did he do it all? Did he do all that?
He did.
He did. And you know what? Just like Wayne just said, in bed with Sean and Bo, baby. We're in bed. And you know what? Tonight's going to be a great bed night with Sean, because Sean did what we said. Hey, we're in bed with you if you do it. And he did it. And you know what? Now we're in double bed with Sean, because we're all in now. We're all in with Sean Payton. We're all in with Bo Nix. And just like I said, we want to win now. We're coming now. There's no, we'll see you in 4 years. We're coming now. We start building with this guy now. Hey, if there's a star available in this offseason, I'm just throwing this out there. CD Lamb doesn't want to sign. Let's go. What do you want for him? A 1 and a 3? Go bring him in. Let's go. Because right now, this league could be taken right now. There's no great teams. There's none. Patrick Mahomes is good. Okay? Patrick Mahomes is good, but that team is beatable. We beat the hell out of that team last year. We sent them a physical message, and that's the team we're still going to be first and foremost. So don't look at stats, guys, and say, yeah, but look, Bo Nix he only threw for 220 yards. I don't care. Did we run for 170? Because if we did, let's go. Because we're going to run right down that weak-ass defense for Kansas City like we did last year. We're coming for you. We're coming for you, Mahomes. And we're coming now. Not in 3 years. We came for you last year. So we're coming for you right now. The problem is we got an it guy like you got an it guy with Bo Nix now. That's what's coming for you. So again, your guy could lumber, your number 87 could lumber up and down the field, and you could have all you want, do what you want. But we're coming for you. So don't look at stats. Look at results. Okay? I want accuracy. I want him making big plays at big times. I want to win games. That's what I want from him. I don't care about stats. I don't care about touchdown passes. I don't, because that doesn't win. Just look at the 49ers. When it's first and goal from the 7, you want to run the ball in. You want to run the ball into the end zone. That's what you want. You don't want your quarterback having to throw it for 45 touchdowns, because in the postseason, when you can't run the ball, you go home. So I don't care. I could care less about stats. I don't care about stats. I care about wins. That's what I care.
All right. Whew. Let me get a couple comments in here. Wayne's checking in. Hi, Wayne. I think we said hello. Thanks
Yep.
for watching. Get us fired up, Kurt. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Keith
Let's
is
go.
saying, uh, Roy wants to know who serves breakfast in bed, Nix or Peyton.
Oh, Nick
Uh,
still serves it because I mean he's still a rookie, right? He's got to, he's got to do something.
Keith trying to keep you a little more level-headed. This team isn't ready to take on the Chiefs. Slow down.
Wait. What did we do? What did we do last year? We physically beat that team to a pulp. To a pulp. Think about it. Why not? Why can't we? Why? I'm afraid of Rasheed Rice. That's who I'm afraid of. Marquise Brown, guy gets hurt. I mean, he's hurt worse than he's more hurt than Dulcich. Well, I'm afraid of him. I'm afraid of Kelsey, like I said, limbering up and down the field. That's what I'm afraid of. I line up, I run it right down their throats. They can't stop it. Again, Buffalo Bills are stupid. They're absolutely stupid. They ran. They had about 7 yards to carry, and on the last drive, they don't run the ball. They should have beat them. Who's the first team that should have beat them? Somebody else should have beat them. They laughed their way to a Super Bowl last year because other teams' stupidity. Why not? Why can't we play with them? Why not? Let's go.
Peter saying how he likes your mindset. However, he does think Peyton needs to do everything he can to apply that attitude to building a defense. In my opinion, apart from the
100%.
tight end, I think the offense is set.
Peter is 1000%. You win with defense. You win championships with defense. Win with defense, win with a running game, and have your quarterback with the it factor make a couple of big plays in big spots. That's what it's about. Watch the Super Bowl last year, right? Everyone's on Mahomes. What did they do? They ran the ball, they played defense, and in the playoffs, you know what they said? Mahomes, go make 4 plays. Go make 3 plays a game. And he made it. He made it. Then you watch these other teams, we're going to throw it 60 times. Why? For what? You don't win like that. You don't. Look at the Eagles 2 years ago. Then they had Steichen, right? Number 1 rushing offense in the league. Jalen Hurts was unstoppable. Why? Because you ran the ball. You were able to run the ball with him, run the ball with your run, and they didn't even have great running backs. Run the ball with that, and they were unstoppable. Last year, all right, we're going to just sling it around and throw it all over the yard. Jalen Hurts stunk. He can't play like that. So, no, he can't throw the ball like that. No running game whatsoever. They get bounced. What's the coincidence? The offense just shifted. Why? This year, you signed Barkley. I'm running that ball 40 times. 40 times is what I'm doing with that Philadelphia Eagles. You know what? If they do it, they'll be in the Super Bowl. If they won't, the 49ers will be in it. Maybe the Lions, maybe the Lions will do it. But you know what? The Lions are a physical team. Those are the only 3 teams that have a shot to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. That's it. But again, don't be stupid.
Okay. If we all
Read that
sorts
last
of fired
comment.
up.
He said he was joining us tonight. Read that comment.
Which one?
The last comment that came in from our good friend Patrick Miller.
Okay, well that's not the last one. There was something else
Okay.
on there. I'll put it up here. Sunday, December 29th, Denver at Cincinnati.
That's going to be a tough game because I'm telling you right now, Cincinnati might be the best team in the AFC because Joe Burrow is another guy, and I hope Patrick's still listening. When you talk about it, he's got it. He doesn't care where he plays. He beat up Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. What was it? 3 years ago? 2 years ago, they should have won again. They got screwed because of another game. But you know what? That team, I'm telling you, with a healthy Burrow, Chase, Higgins, they play physical. What I'm saying? When they go to the postseason, they become a run physical team. And now with Burrow, that's going to be listen to me. That's tougher than going into Arrowhead, is playing Cincinnati.
What I wanted to get Keith's comment up here too, because he wants to know, you're talking about all this stuff about beating the Chiefs or how beatable the Chiefs are. He wants to know what your win prediction is. If you're saying they're going to go out there and beat the Chiefs 14, 15, 16 wins, he's telling you to slow
No,
down.
no. What I'm not saying, but listen, I don't fear the Chiefs. Fear the Chiefs for what? What do I fear the Chiefs for? You physically beat them up. You basically gave a blueprint to the league. You gave the blueprint to the league, but here's the problem. Buffalo Bills and Sean McDermott are stupid. Stupid. They rushed for over 200 yards in that game. And on the last drive, they said, "Go ahead, Josh Allen, go throw it every drive." And what happened? He threw the ball. They threw the game away. I mean, that's on them. You gave the blueprint. You lined up, you ran it right down their throat. They can't stop a physical run game. Their defense stinks. 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 I'm sorry. You line up and run at them, they can't stop anybody. The stats prove it. All the analytic people, if they want to go look at it, go watch the film. They stink. Come on. I'm afraid of that? I'm not afraid of that. It's like it's like this is the 2000 Patriots. No, they're not. And I'm telling you, Jen, the teams in that this is where people like get into and this is where a reality check and where's Scoops? I want Scoops on this show because all I kept hearing from Scoops is this year's Olympic team is they would beat everyone. This year's Olympic team, I told you, should be like this. Have bags on their heads. Bags. Because they barely beat Serbia and they barely beat France. Serbia. Okay, I'll give you Jokic. Jokic and Bogdanovic. The other four guys, where did they come from? Where did they come from? So stop with the, oh my God, these teams are so, no, they're not. No, they're not. Dak Prescott's good. Lamar Jackson's great. Jalen Hurts is great. No, they're not. They're not Brady, Rodgers, Manning. They're not even on a third of that level. These teams aren't good. The Baltimore is the other team. The number one team in football. Number one rushing team in football. They ran the ball 12 times in an AFC championship game. 12. Maybe a little more, but like their running back, Kenny could correct me. I think their running backs ran the ball 7 times. Number one rushing team in football at home in an AFC championship game against the worst rushing defense in football. And you said to Lamar Jackson, go ahead, Lamar. Here's the keys, bud. Go get us in a Super Bowl. You know what he did? Flopped. First off, I would have fired that whole staff. Who's the guy from Georgia? Kenny would know his name, the offense. Todd Monken. Todd Monken's offense is coming in, Jen. He's going to show a change. Against the worst defensive rush team in football, he made Lamar Jackson, one of the worst passing quarterbacks in football, throw the ball. And you know what happened? Kansas City laughed all the way to the bank.
Kenny's adding that it was on a rainy day.
On a rainy day. That's a disgrace. Baltimore should have lined up and said, we're running ISO right here and got 7 yards. And they wouldn't stop it. And they didn't do it. But I'm still going to hear somebody say how good Lamar Jackson is. He stinks.
Okay, let me get to some of these comments, Kurt, okay? Kenny wants to know if you're going to be doing on September 29th when Denver comes to MetLife to play the Jets. He wants to know if you're going to be doing a live show from the stadium.
You know what? I don't like, Jen, you know that. I don't like going on the road. I don't. I'm not a fan.
Well, maybe he's even saying
we haven't had success, Jen. I mean, like you go on the road, we go to Giant game check. I don't know. Not a fan.
But you've never been a fan of watching your team as a visitor.
No.
Yeah. And you got a pretty nice setup at home that you enjoy watching it.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Comment from Trevor I wanted to get in as well. He's saying if Bo is the guy, It is time for the Broncos to be big spenders in the
Yes.
offseason. You have a rookie quarterback on a cheap rookie contract. The Broncos have to
Look,
capitalize
what am
on
I
that.
doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Pinching yourself?
No, what am I doing? We talked about it
Hugging?
before.
Hugging?
I'm hugging Trevor. I'm hugging Trevor because he's right.
Hug
He's
a
right.
Bronco.
We
Hug a
finally got
Bronco.
Trevor on
Hug a
board.
Broncos fan.
Big spenders right now. Right now. On this, all I heard, when we have him on a rookie deal, well, you know what? Guess what he's on, Jen?
A rookie deal.
A rookie deal. So load up. Let's do what San Fran's done. Load up. Christian McCaffrey's available. A guy like McCaffrey's available. Bring him in. Like I said, CD Lamb. Bring him in. He don't want to play. Jamar Chase. Bring him in. We want some defensive. Micah Parsons. Bring him in. Doesn't matter what it costs. Bring these guys in. We're on a rookie deal. Let's spend all that money. Spend it all. Give him the most talent he's ever going to have. And you know what? That's when you're going to see how good of a quarterback he is. Because when you can't win with the most talent, like when you can't win like Dak Prescott, when you're making no money and you have all that talent and you still can't win, you ain't got it. Brock Purdy, if you can't win with all that talent, you ain't got it. Jalen Hurts, if you can't win with all that talent, you ain't got it. You're not going to be better with less talent, right? So let's go. We got 4 or 5 years of this no money. Go get them. Let's go.
All right, I want to do a little something with you here. Let's go through. I want to get your honest, real fast, no elaboration. Just give me if they're going to win or lose. Week 1, Broncos at Seahawks.
That's going to be a tough game, Jen. That's going to be a tough game. That I'm going to say, I had to put this picture up for this segment just so people say it. You know what? I'm going to give them a loss on that game.
Okay. Steelers at Broncos.
Win.
Broncos at Bucks.
Win.
Broncos at Jets.
Lose.
Raiders at Broncos.
Win.
Chargers at Broncos.
Win.
Broncos at Saints.
Win.
Panthers at Broncos.
Win.
Broncos at Ravens.
Lose.
Broncos at Chiefs.
Lose.
Falcon. Keith is going to have a field day with that one. Broncos at Falcons at Broncos.
Win.
Broncos at Raiders.
Win.
Browns at Broncos.
Win.
Colts at Broncos.
Win.
Broncos at Chargers.
Lose.
Broncos at Bengals.
Lose.
And Chiefs at Broncos.
Win.
You know how many that is?
10-7.
It was 11-6.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Listen, it's gonna be tough on the road. We shouldn't lose a game at home. Maybe one. That's what we should lose at home. That's it. It's gonna be hard. The Chargers again. The hardball. Again. He's a great coach. You know, like you're not gonna listen to me. If you don't want to, and you know, we had a fantasy football draft 2 years ago. The last 3 years, everybody. First, second round pick, I'm taking Justin Herbert. You know when he went this year in the draft? About 14th round. You know why? People know. You know what they're doing? What he's going to learn to do? Hand it off. Hand it off. Here you go. Hand it off. Because let me ask you something. If you're a Charger fan, do you want him to have 500 yards a game and lose or 210 yards and win? What would you want?
Oh, you want the win, of course.
I want the win. Stats mean nothing. Don't worry about Pro Bowls. Don't worry about Pro Bowls, Justin. Don't worry about stats. You're not going to see that. Not with this guy. Not with Hardball. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see it. So if you want that, you better ask out because this guy is all about winning. And you know what? That's why he's probably a top 4 or 5 coach in the NFL because he understands it. He knows what it takes to win. And so
let me get a few of these comments in here. Keith is saying your 11 wins is double what Vegas is saying because they got the 5.5. Roy is saying he's still sticking with his 6 to 7 wins. Kenny predicted 8 wins, and Pearl is saying she wants a winning season, but she does think that they can beat Hackett.
It's just going to be. Listen, that's going to be a tough game. listen, Hackett there is going to be like, Hackett's going to have as much say as you and I are going to have, because that's going to be Aaron Rodgers' show. I would even listen. If I'm head coaching that team, I'm just going to tell him, let him call whatever and just run what you want. Don't even listen to what he says, because, I mean, let's be realistic. That Aaron Rodgers is running that team, not Nathaniel Hackett. But the Jets are going to be a problem. Jets, listen. Let me ask you this: run through the teams and run through some teams in the NFL.
Wayne is saying his
AFC.
prediction is 10-7. And we got Patrick checking and saying aloha. It's time to believe. I just put that back up there. It's Bo time too.
Let's go, Patrick. And Patrick, I want to give you a shout out. And Jen, I want you to speak because, again, you're the coffee drinker. So you mentioned, please talk about Patrick.
Oh, we again, Lion Coffee from Hawaii, correct? Oh, delicious. Just absolutely delicious coffee. I want to thank him again. I'll continue to thank him each time he tunes in, because he generously sent us some of his coffee, and it is delicious. We shared it, right, Kurt, with the entire family. I have a family of coffee drinkers, and we were way down the shore together. We made it every morning. When I go to my parents, I gave them some. I make sure they make it as well. We are all enjoying it, that's for sure.
Okay, ready? Let's play a game real quick, Jen. I'm going to give you AFC teams. Your coaching career and your GM career are on the line in a playoff game. You're taking Tua or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers?
Oof. Who's coaching the teams? I'm coaching?
No, your coaching career, Matt, like you get fired or you lose your job.
Right, so it's like I'm the coach though. It's not like I have to worry about like Nathaniel Hackett coaching.
Right.
You're not gonna like. Oh, I guess I gotta go Rodgers.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott.
Oh God, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe wait a minute. I am going to say this. He didn't play last year. We haven't seen him yet this year because he hasn't played in the preseason, right? So I'm going off of my feelings for Aaron Rodgers from really 2 seasons ago.
Right.
Okay. Putting that disclaimer out there.
Aaron Rodgers or Anthony Richardson?
Who's Anthony Richardson again?
Exactly. So you're picking Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers or Justin Herbert?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Now, Burrow's a tough one. Mahomes is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
You want me to answer that?
No, but I'm saying who else are you not taking? I mean, who are you saying I'm taking Rodgers over?
Who are you taking, Bo Nix or Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, listen, I'm happy. I'm so happy where we are right now. We cannot be in a better situation. We cannot be in a better situation than what we are, because we got the young kid with it on the rookie deal. And that's it. Just like Trevor said, now we build around this kid, we spend our money, and we just make this a dominant team. We have to be, again, a first and physical. I forgot who it was. It might have been Wayne. We build a defense. We are going to be a defensive first team that runs the ball and has our quarterback make a couple of plays when we need them. That's what
Michael Ronquillo wants to know: Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Oof. But this is my point. And Michael Ronquillo just made my point. All these people, I want Dak Prescott, I want Lamar. The 2 guys I would still take are Aaron Rodgers and Brady, because those guys they don't win. They don't win. Give me Mahomes. Give me Burrow. Mahomes, Burrow.
Josh Allen?
No. Stafford. Mahomes and Stafford. Those are 3. I'm not taking Brock Purdy. Jalen Hurts, I want no part of Jalen Hurts. None. He might be out of Philly next year. None. Prescott, none. Lamar Jackson, none. Who else were we calling before? We were saying.
You said Herbert. You said
Herbert. No. Tua? Tua? The guy that's he's in a jackets and sweat. I mean, if he's not in Florida, he's wearing turtlenecks.
Kenny wants
No,
to know, what about Aaron Rodgers or Trevor Lawrence?
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, but I'm saying I'm taking. Listen to me. Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than all those guys I named. I can tell you that 100%.
All right, Kurt, we only have a couple minutes left. Let's get your closing thoughts for tonight.
Up. Let's read what Patrick Miller says, please.
Customer gave me Harrian coffee and nuts when I worked for DHL. Best coffee. Know what you are talking about.
There you go. There you go. Oh, put Trevor's up.
Elway or Rogers?
That's the Duke. And you know what? The Duke gave his approval today. Like the Duke, again, go watch the videos on the golf course. And I asked him, and he said, hey, listen, I'm saying Patrick, that's his father's name. Bo Nix is Bo Nix has all the talent in the world. He's got everything going for him. But they said, hey, he's gonna have ups and downs. So listen, don't be jumping off bandwagons, and nobody should be jumping off bandwagons because and he said, look, I was terrible as a rookie in some spots, right? So it's gonna be ups and downs, but again, the Duke gives the approval, the Duke gives the approval.
All right, back to your closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts, Jen. First off, what a week. And I had this on K&K. Jen, October 22nd, opening night, banner night in Boston. Guess who's playing the Celtics, Jen?
I don't have to guess. I know it's our New York Knicks.
Our New York Knicks. Then we go down 3 nights later at home at the Garden. And I was saying to my K&K co-host tonight, financially, it doesn't matter what it costs. Because we said, please, make the New York Knicks open up with who in their home opener?
The Indiana Pacers.
And we got that blank bag Olympian cheerleader coming.
Mr. Halliburton.
Mr. Halliburton. And you know what, Mr. Halliburton? You're not playing 4 bench guys and 3 guys from the G League. You're playing the Knicks. And you know what? That Garden's going to be electric, and we're going to light that team up. Light that team up. But closing thoughts. Listen, I'm super pumped up. Because you know what? Everything went the way we wanted it to go. And just a couple of final statements here. Bronco fans, no more fighting, no more bickering, no more against each other. It's all this, Jen. What is it?
Hugs.
It's all hugs. It's all hugs, Bronco fans, because we got our guy. We got our guy who has it. And Jen, he's going to lead us to Super Bowl number 4. He's going to lead us to Super Bowl number 4. It is an exciting time. Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and the Denver Broncos. We're here now, Bronco fans. We're here now. So you know what? I'm not afraid of Kansas City. I'm not afraid of Baltimore. I'm not afraid of the Chargers. I'm not afraid of Cincinnati. I'm not afraid of anybody. Let's go. Wayne, let's go, Wayne. He likes getting fired up, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. 3 weeks. When was it? It's not this week. In what? September? What is it? September 8th? September 8th. 4:05 in Seattle with starting quarterback Bo Nix. Let's go.
I want to thank everybody for watching this evening. Kurt, thank you for another, what's the word I'm looking for? Entertaining show. Thank you for sharing your passion.
And you know what? You say it, and then I'll say it. Closing. Say it. We either one of us didn't say it tonight.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Look what Michael Ronquillo's saying.
It's bow time.
It's bow time. Let's go.
Thanks for watching. See you next